just to try to, because again, I didn't have enough confidence, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't have enough confidence that it was going to ultimately work, that I had to just take on everything I could.
Yeah.
Or I had too much confidence that I could make everything work easily, and that wasn't going to happen either.
Yeah. Is there any story that comes to mind that you were like, that was a mistake looking back? Like, I should not have worked with.
Yeah, so we got into like, yeah, this is a horrible story. We got into running payroll checks for people, and then we would have to send in like their child support and do all this crazy stuff. We did a lot of services. So I flew on this trip. I used to go to conferences occasionally to meet with prospects and things, and I flew down to Miami for this conference. And I was walking into, it was a nice hotel. I forget what it was. And literally Lawrence Taylor, like the old football player, had like just walked in, and I was like, "There's LT." And then I got a phone call, and I usually don't answer my phone, but I just grabbed it. And it was one of my employees. At this point I had one employee, and she was like in college. She was, oh my gosh, one of our payroll customers just got taken to jail because they got pulled over, and like their child support check got sent to the wrong court because they had changed courts or something. So there was a warrant out, and this guy got pulled over for like speeding and got hauled off to jail. So I'm like, there's certain things I just shouldn't do. I don't want to like have to worry about somebody going to jail because of what I did.
That's a good example. Remember, how long did it take you once you got started to like break even with what you were making at the accounting firm, or start to make a little more?
So about a year in, and that's what I had told my wife too. Was like, I'm not going to go below. My threshold was always what I could be making if I was just doing a job.
Okay.
And I had a year way below it.
Yeah.
But after that, I just tried to hide that from her. Put things on credit cards and stuff. Am I still now?
Yeah.
I am. I don't know how. She's a saint.
I was going to ask this too. And you're married with how many kids?
5 boys. So it's kind of a madhouse in my house. I should have brought
Anything's
them all.
possible. Start a company. Payroll. Okay. So after you're making a little bit more, you feel good about this. When do you start to think that you're actually going to turn this into some sort of a scalable services business at this point?
Sure. So I pretty quickly, once I got to that bare minimum level of like, okay, I'm making a living that I can take home and tell my wife and not have to quit doing this thing that I enjoy, I started hiring people. So I kind of kept my income around that level for a long, long time. And I would just hire people. And because initially I didn't know, like, have the time to train them, I would usually sell all day and then like work all night to like deliver the service I had sold.
You're doing both.
Yeah, and then so I brought somebody in, and because I couldn't afford anybody that knew anything, I'd bring them in and be like, can you go like change the oil in my car?
Just like do that.
And like just do stuff that like, now I don't have to do that, so I can work more tonight or whatever. So like the first things they would do is just like random. You ask them, and I just thought like, cool, you're getting paid to do that. You're a young kid.
Like
and a couple of years later, I got feedback like, "That's such a jerk. Like, I came to work at this firm like hoping to learn about business, and I was like changing his oil."
I'm thinking in my head right now. We had this intern working with us at InKind this summer, and like I got to the point where I was so busy. Like, I just need you to build this whiteboard. Like I know that's not why you're here, but like you needed to spend the day building.
Yes. So we used to do like desks. Like I'd buy like an Office Max, and they'd have like a special and buy like these glass desks, and we would have like a desk building